And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, that's it.
Well, guys, DJ has had to make his own path to the NBA. He went undrafted, but he was able to get a contract after some tryouts and training camp. And he didn't commit to pursuing basketball until later in his development. Kevin?
And sometimes players that take to basketball late, they end up being some of the greatest of all time. Guys like Duncan and Giannis come to mind.
So, Doris, already some interesting stories this year, and we've only just started. What's impressing you so far?
Well, I think, Kevin, we're always a little bit surprised for a couple of clubs that we had low expectations of. They've come out surprisingly strong, and conversely, a couple of favorites who are showing perhaps some unforeseen signs of weakness. Can they pull themselves back together? We'll see.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
So the Timberwolves win the tip. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Oklahoma City right now, at small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair, and it's Adams at the 5.
Oh, that's a strong finish. And Karl Anthony Towns will go to the line, try to put the cherry on.
Minnesota making some changes. Muhammad. Checked in for Andrew Wiggins. The great one comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Abrines is checked in. Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. Great one out there with Jones. And it's Muhammad in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. 6 to shoot. Drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Muhammad's got his first points of the night.
It's a big part of Shabazz Muhammad's game. He's unafraid of contact. You get the sense sometimes he relishes it.
Abrines the pass to George. From deep. That shot off the mark. And Minnesota now the other way. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
Very tough loss for them last time they played. I mean, in the end, the amount of trips to the line they gave up did them in.
Here's Abrines, defended by Jones. And George hits to Abrines. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Timberwolves have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. George against Muhammad. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Timberwolves.
And they've got really good balance here. I mean, the 3-ball hadn't been the strongest weapon today for them, but I'd say keep the dose just about the same. Don't change the recipe. When you've got that open shot, you got to take it.
That free throw, no good.
You know, I think the one area where Muhammad seems to get more comfortable each year is the free throw line.
He hits the second from the line. And for all their youth and players who can get out and run, this Timberwolves team, Doris, near the bottom of the league in terms of pace.
Well, I think they want to take any easy transition scores they can get. But otherwise, they're going to look to set it up because this is how Coach Tom Thibodeau has always done things. It's an offensive approach that has worked for them.
Patterson, the screen. Here's George. Offensive rebound. Adams. No good again that time.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Towns, the screen. The great one passes to Towns. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. 5th best, Paul George.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Here's the dish to Adams. Here's Roberson. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana. It's good.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Towns sets the pick for Jones. Pass to Muhammad. To the paint. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Well, the body control of Karl Anthony Towns, just a terrific job to take the hit.
Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Abrinas kicks to Patterson. George against Muhammad. From deep, Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got 7.
I'll tell you, somebody fell asleep because the defense was not paying any attention to him. That's a huge blunder.
Towns, the screen. Jones dishes to Towns. Shoots over Adams. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
And Roberson kicks to George. Patterson up top. The high post shot. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 4 assists in the game. So it's the Timberwolves now. It's a 3-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Towns, the pass to Gibson. And Adams sends it back.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now.
Wells, he's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Felton's checked in. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Adams with the screen on Jones. Here's Felton. Here's Adams. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Listen, we know Steven Adams is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. You've got to have great awareness about him on the glass.
Jang, he's checked in for Minnesota. Teague comes in for Tyus Jones. Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Wells. And Jamie Wells, originally drafted by Portland, solid player out on the wing. He's always had a spot on the roster with his ability to make plays out on the perimeter.
And Wells' ability to make those plays has never been questioned. It's just his focus on the game, the mindset when he plays that has kind of gotten him in a little bit of trouble. But make no mistake, the talent is there.
Pass to Towns. Here's the great one. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. The great one's got the game tied up here for Minnesota. And we know that DJ, of course, getting his nickname from his work behind the turntables. Although, Greg, he's rededicated himself to basketball, as he still does have a huge interest in creating his own music.
Yeah, and as much as DJ loves DJing, he's going to have to find a balance between it and making it in the NBA. Hard enough to be successful at one passion, much less two.
Felton dishes to George. Passes to Abrinas. Will it go? Kept alive. Adams. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Adams has got 4 this quarter.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Towns, the screen. Here's Wells. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And it's 8 points for Shammy Wells.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
The shot by George, wide open. Sinks the triple. You look at the success that Coach Billy Donovan has had both at the college level at Florida and his first few years in the NBA at Oklahoma City. Dorsey very much feels at home in playoff and pressure situations.
Well, certainly Billy D has a lot of experience managing a team in a postseason setting. This is a guy who always tinkers during the regular season to find different angles to help his guys. Billy Donovan, one of those guys increasingly who you don't want to see in a 7-game series.
And the Timberwolves call time.
Hey, guys, you know you never run out of things that you can improve upon.
I think, Greg, it's important to keep that hunger.
And so it's Shammy Wells making things happen for the... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, and you look on the floor for Minnesota. And then for Oklahoma City, Enes Kanter comes in for Steven Adams, and Georgia subbed in for Raymond Felton. Minnesota leading by 18.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Timberwolves.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proven to be a very competitive season series.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Karl Anthony Towns.
He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Patterson the 4 with Kanter in the middle. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair, and it's George in at the small forward position. There's the pick. Here's Jones. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. Points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
And Doris, at the end of last season, the Timberwolves debuted their rebrand plans for this season.
Well, it was the right time, I think, to keep the logo fresh, and the team did a great job. You feel as if this will be the constant look for what is a new era in Minnesota basketball. It's so fascinating to look back on Thunder history because 3 current players who are dominating the league were together on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Harden, Durant, and Westbrook. In retrospect, the talent level on that team was unreal.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
You simply can't give them that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Olson, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Sham, who do we have next, bro? Because I could do that again and
that's
again
because
and
you
again.
barely
man.
played. Real chill out.
Get out of here. Good game, Sham.
Appreciate you, boo-boo.
Hey, appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Sham,
What's up, man?
what's that dude's deal, man?
Dude, what you talking about?
The security guard, the
Ooh,
dude who
Boo-Boo?
stays in the corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, chill out. Boo-boo the other side of the pillow.
Nah, he not cool with me, bro.
That's
He
because
always
you're a
tripping.
rookie, man. Look, Boo-Boo's super professional. He just hasn't had a chance to fill you out yet, that's all. Matter of fact, come on so I can make that introduction.
You serious?
Yeah, man, come on so I can let him know you one of us.
All right, man, you could try. I don't think it's gonna
No,
work.
don't doubt me, bro. This gonna work. Hey, yo, Boo-Boo.
Sham,
About time I made a proper introduction, man.
what's up, man?
This here is DJ, my rookie. And DJ, this here is Boo-Boo. This is the man. He is a myth, a legend. The angel on your shoulders and the ghost in the machine, baby.
How many times I got to tell you not to bring up ghosts around me,
We
man?
still on that ghost thing, Boo-Boo?
I've seen them, bro.
You
I
seen
don't
them
have to
where?
keep telling you they're real.
Where they at, Boo-Boo?
Hey,
I don't see no
everywhere.
ghosts.
Sham, there go one right there. They real, bro.
All right,
Thank
my bad,
you.
my bad.
Yeah.
Look, anyway, this is Boo-Boo. He the head of the security. He got your back always.
Good to meet you. Hey, nice to meet you too, brother.
And just so you know, just playing with you. I've seen you the whole time. I just had to fill you out and make sure you was all right.
Right.
You seem cool.
Thanks, man. No
So
problem.
welcome to the team.
Appreciate it.
Now, we have a bond that cannot be broken. Unless you're traded. Or you're cut.
Or you disappear somehow.
And in that case, I'd have to use my Liam Neeson special set of skills to come to you.
Oh, no, not the skills. All right, boo-boo.
Welcome to the team, DJ Fresh Meat.
Thanks, man. Shane.
What's up?
Is he serious about those special skills, bro?
No, he's super serious, man. Boo-boo is super dangerous. Don't get on his bad side, all right? No, he's super dangerous, bro. Don't try it.
What's up, Brian? So you have something for me?
I do indeed. Here you go.
Nice, man.
Let's see. Hashtag cats. Hashtag hilarious. Hashtag why do they hate cucumbers?
Yo, what's up, man? One fictional b-ball player? I'm rolling with Team Wolf.
No, that guy was a total ball hog. You couldn't even see the rock.
He's a werewolf. You gonna complain about not getting the rock from a werewolf?
Man, you tripping. Jimmy Chitwood, Hoosiers, man. Pure shooter. He created a ton of space. He couldn't get the shot off, so he kept the ball moving around.
I don't want him on my team.
Chitwood? He played in what, the 1950-something? No three-point line, just a bunch of long twos? Not getting any space and all that. I'd take Team Wolf just because of how efficient he was. He's not going to pass, but he scores like literally every single time.
Every time.
Of course you would. See, there you go with the numbers again. Listen, Jimmy Chitwood played the game with passion, man. He had the purest shot.
Hold up now. Aaron makes a lot of sense. So I'm gonna change my answer to Jesus Shuttlesworth, because you know,
you
know
can't
he
do
got
that.
game.
Wait, we said fiction. Ray Allen ain't fiction. Hey, why y'all laughing? Y'all know I'm right.
All right. Justice Young.
Justice, man. Bye, Rudy.
All right, the freak. Man, you know the freak of ball.
Yo, what's up, man? I see you doing work.
All right, DJ, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Focus! Focus! I got you out! Come out! Hey, you got it! In front of him! Side out, side out!
Effort, DJ, effort.
I'm not hitting perfect on this.
Should I get the G League on the phone? All right, on to the next one.
Hey, I'll see you later.
Hey, good to see you.
right, DJ, let's get to work. Now, here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man.
What's the pin?
Go. I got your help. Come on, man.
Don't let him shoot that. I got your help. Help side. Put it back. Put it back. Come get it. Come get it. What's the roll? Way to grab it.
Had to beat the ball, huh? All right, on to the next one.
Next time, man. Next time.
All right, DJ, let's get everyone over here and get started.
Focus. Focus. Come on. Come out. Screen time. You better hit that. Shut up. Shut up. Shot. That's all you. Get it. Hey,
Hey, he can ball, huh?
Should I get the T-League on the phone?
Box out! Way to take that throw!
I'm trying to gamble, man. It's not fucking working.
Yeah, let's go, let's go! What's the roll? Put it back, put it back! Rebound! I got the help line! Good board! Come on, do that!
Keep playing like that, you'll win half and you'll lose half. Either way, it needs work.
Let's just go to the game.
submitted those highlights on social media using the hashtag 2KTVWow. And now we have Chris Manning to break down our first top plays of the season.
Thanks, Rachel. LD2K here, and it's time to showcase the first 2K TV WoW top plays. You've submitted your best dimes, blocks, dunks, and game winners from the Prelude, and now it's time for you to choose the best play of the week. So let's get started. First up, Converse Man 97, throwing down a sick 360 windmill putback jam. Okay, for real, what is this guy's archetype? Next up, Clipper Nation 16, bringing the ball up and draining the half-court game winner. Stop it. What a disrespectful way to close out the showcase game. Then, King Clay, dropping the pass, not getting the assist, and throwing down the point guard putback jam. King Clay throwing homage to Spud Webb. Finally, King Dame 98, on the break with Curry, throwing the self-oop to the double oop, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is our first double alley-oop coming from the Prelude. We're just getting started. Now, it's time to vote. Choose your favorite top play, and the winner will come back in contention for the top play of the month. Remember, you can submit your best plays.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
DJ, what was the name of that 2 Chainz song you was playing earlier?
Feds watching?
No, that other one.
Oh, Bounce.
Yeah, I like that one. True. You want a protein bar?
Nah, I'm good on protein, bro.
Just making sure. Remember to hydrate. It's very important.
What better way to pass the field than to finish with your favorite mascot? The city of New Orleans, really a sight to see and a wonderful place to visit. We're happy to be here tonight. New Orleans, land of the Pelicans, in a fine Western Conference battle at the New Orleans Arena. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. You look at the Timberwolves. They've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they had plenty of doubters before the season started, but I can't imagine there's anybody out there that's taking them lightly anymore.
Well, how could you? They're a team that's actually feared at this point, and that is legit. They go into every single game, no matter who's the opponent, and they expect to win.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Jimmy Butler survived a tough upbringing in Tomball, Texas. He said, that's all anybody ever wanted to talk about. But I don't want that to define me. If I'm stuck in the past, then I won't get any better. I won't change. I'll get stuck as that kid. That's not who I am. I'm a great basketball player because of my work. Guys.
Thanks, David. You can tell Butler has a good head on his shoulders, an elite talent in this league because of the hard work he puts in. Hey, Brent, right off the bat, we're already seeing several big-name rookies struggle a little bit. Talk about the adjustment going from being the star player, the guy on your college team, to becoming, initially at least, a contributor in the NBA.
I think it's difficult, the mental adjustment for a player to come to practice and do all the things to prepare for a practice and then work extra either before or after practice, Kevin.
Timberwolves trail by 12. Here's the great one. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Well, back before this run in the NBA, DJ was considered a standout prospect in the game. I mean, he took some time off to focus on music, but has now rekindled that love for the game and is making the most of his abilities.
And he sinks the second.
I love the complementary aspect of this group now. You know, you've got the young talent, but you've brought in some veteran leadership here for the Timberwolves. The duo of Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns kind of gave the confidence to them to go out and acquire a superstar in his prime like Jimmy Butler.
Jones with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Muhammad, the pass to Towns. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
Crawford outside. Feeds it to Rondo. And Moore kicks to Ajinça. Crawford dishes to Ajinça. Lock at 6. They set the pick. Puts up a 3. They get the rebound. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Timberwolves.
And not a lot of teams can be successful with a focus on the mid-range game, but these guys make that a focal point of their offense. A lot of their scoring opportunities this season from 10 to 20 feet out. Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger. And
go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those two anchors on the front line. And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
Greg, what would you say is the key for the Pelicans to get back in the playoff mix?
There's several. I think rebounding was a big problem. The trade for Cousins should help in that area. And every team needs more shooting. But I think in particular, this group does. And then first and foremost, look, you got to stay healthy. Hard to figure out what you have when you never get a chance to see it.
He's off on the second.
And the missed opportunities for them at the line here early on.
Jones, the pass to Muhammad. Rebounded by Ajinça.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Rondo kicks to Ajinça. And stolen by Jang. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's the great one. That one a little long. New Orleans leading by 10. Pass to Rondo from 11 feet away. And here is Muhammad. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
At least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Rondo against Jones. Miller kicks to Moore. Outside Rondo. 6 on the shot clock. Crawford, no luck. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Dishes it to Jones over Rondo. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
And in part because I just thought they came out flat in that game and could never recover. Just not their best effort.
You could see the coach trying a few different rotations in that game, shaking things up, trying to get something going, but nothing was working.
There's the 3. The shot that time, not on target. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And the 3-point shot has been big for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in.
And hard to doubt the dedication. New Orleans making some changes here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Darius Miller. Hill comes in for Ejuan Moore. And it's Holiday in for Jordan Crawford. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Taj Gibson's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Wiggins comes in for Jang. The great ones checked in for Wells. And it's Teague in for Tyus Jones. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Andrew Wiggins is out there with Muhammad. Then there's the great one. That's Taj Gibson. And it's Teague in at the point guard. And Gibson kicks to Teague. A three-pointer. Wiggins. It's not going to go for him. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
Hill left side. From past the arc. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. And now it's a 12-point New Orleans lead. Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. One, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And two, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. He needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with it.
Timberwolves trail by 14. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
T kicks to Muhammad. He feeds it to Wiggins. Over Holiday, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 8 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Floats it up for Cousins. Hill dishes to Ajinça. The kick out to Holiday. No good on the triple.
Yeah, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
Muhammad, the pass to the great one. Kicks to Wiggins. And Gibson now, top the key. Fires from the corner. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside Rondo. Passes it to Holiday. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Heady play by Drew Holiday, helping him get a chance to the free throw line.
The Pelicans have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Both free throws good from Holiday.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Outside Teague. There's the pick. Pass to Towns. And he uses the glass on the layup. Towns has got his 2nd basket of the game.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game. Everyone's making some changes here. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Pondexter. Etuan Moore comes in for Ian Clark. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Drew Holiday. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jang, he's checked in for Gibson. The great one comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Wells is subbed in for Jeff Teague. Rajon Rondo is out there with Etuan Moore. Then there's Solomon Hill. Then there's Darius Miller. And it's Cousins in at center. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Jang makes it off the glass. Jang's got 9. Pelicans leading by 7. Rondo kicks to Hill. There's Miller with the 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Wells. Sinks the triple. And we look back at the career of Shammy Wells. He has always been a player. You wonder why he isn't more effective on the court. Greg, great skill set, but always finds something to trip up on.
Yeah, a lot of the issue with Wells is that he just hasn't shown a dedication to making the most of that talent. He's kind of an eccentric guy and at times can fall too in love with what is going on in the moment instead of focusing on the long-term goal.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. I guess I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. It's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Devin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. And there it is for him.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
And the Pelicans' 2017 first-round pick went to the Kings as part of the DeMarcus Cousins trade. Brent, how does this team find help along the perimeter?
A lot of this comes down to the Pelicans and scouting not only the NBA and the college ranks, but maybe the international ranks to try to find some guys to come in and be not only 3-and-D players, but also good cohesive players to play alongside what DeMarcus Cousins can do and what Anthony Davis provides.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Miller with the ball. Now guarded by the great one. Rondo kicks to Miller. The pass to Moore. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. 6 to shoot. The dish to Rondo. Stolen by Cousins. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That will be foul number 5 on him. And the Pelicans making a change here. Crawford's. So it's a narrow victory for the Pelicans, pulling it out for the W. One is
what's going to happen? How is this thing going to play out?
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. See you later.
Hey, it's 0-0 against the next team, all right? DJ, forget about it. Make sure you hydrate, by the way. It's important.
Hope you enjoyed our season premiere of 2K TV, and make sure that you tune back in next week because we have our 2K18 legend cover athlete, Shaq.
I'm on the cover? Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow, thanks.
Wait, did
2K Sports, thank you, appreciate it.
And to close out this week's episode, let's take a look at what you guys can expect for the rest of the season.
Back.
Yes, you're back.
3 years in a row.
Every summer, I always know that I'm going to go do some 2K stuff. And I love doing this game.
You can dance?
So now the jab, yeah. That's what I want. Here we go.
I don't really go around and say, hey, I'm a legend. I don't know. To answer your question, yes, I'm a legend.
Winning the dunk contest was a big, accomplishment for me. I was very excited, and it's taken me and just made me progress to a better player, better person, and I get to do things like this.
It's all about fishing, nothing else.
Competitive in fishing?
Very.
Oh, man.
Who catch the most or the biggest?
Get it out! Score! Yes!
My league. That's my favorite part of the game.
My sons think it's really weird to hear my voice on the game, but they're used to me telling them to make their bed.
So it's
but
a
it was
breath
great.
of fresh air for them to hear you saying something different.
Yes, I get into the cool category now.
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, it's fun.
Would you call yourself a sneakerhead in real life?
Yeah, I would.
It's the best part about being 7 feet tall.
You're able to see everything from above,
You're definitely one of the most respected musicians, I think, ever in NBA history, which is amazing.
Some people gave us a bad rap, but it's all good.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Looking at Minnesota, they've won 7 of their
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
What's going on, Boo Boo?
What's
It's my sister calling. She knows we're in town. So pick it up, man. She probably misses you. She wants to borrow another $500. Go mind your business and play your game. I got this. Hey, sis.
A reminder, fans, we hope you'll come and join us for trading card day. The first 10,000 fans to the arena will receive a trading card pack. Arrive early to the fan zone and get left aside by the Warriors mascot and Warrior. To help the game, there are stickers to get on the front. Please go to the nearest ticket booth to get yours today. We are Warriors.
Western Conference on display, featuring the Minnesota Timberwolves. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony from the sideline. A minute 20 left to play here in the first.
And the Warriors bringing back the band coming into this season. Durant took $9 million less than the max. That enabled them to bring back every big-time contributor from their 2017 championship roster.
Curry's shot is off.
He loses concentration at the moment of truth and blows the layup.
Stolen by McGee. Here's Livingston, and good. Got the English that time as it falls. Livingston's got his first basket.
And the Warriors not just re-signing their own free agents, they went out and got some other guys. Omri Caspi and Swaggy P. Hard to believe, but they might be even better than last year.
And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Minnesota shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20-10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Warriors leading by 6. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Curry with it. Coming off a solid outing against Miami. 5 to shoot. Here's McGee, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And a foul called on Minnesota. The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from McGee. Jones. No good on the shot. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. You don't get a name like DJ without having a love for music. Here's what he had to say about his other passion.
That's a good question. Music played
a very important part of my life. As a kid, I used to like make beats, and then slowly I transitioned into DJing. I mean, so much so that early on in my college career, I decided to focus solely on music. And the music scene was great. I really enjoyed myself. I learned a lot. But it felt like music called me, and then basketball was calling me back. So I decided to focus all my energy on basketball.
And he has made a lot of fans happy with that choice.
Yeah, I believe it's good for players to have an interest off the court, as it can kind of give you some balance. Seems he has reinvigorated his love for basketball, though, and that's a good thing.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, there's not enough defensive pressure on the perimeter. We'll see in the second quarter if that gets corrected.
Steph Curry's out there with Livingston, and there's Iguodala, and there's Nick Young, and it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. Ron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you. Well, Towns does so many things on the floor, already an elite post scorer. But, Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're improved how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line.
And the rejection by Towns. It's Jones on the wing, guarded by Curry. Jones, the pass to Towns. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Timeout called the Warriors. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
No, but I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
Green's checked in for Curry. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Timberwolves.
And this is a team that is so comfortable with that mid-range jump shot. There are a lot of folks who would say that's living dangerously, that it's a bad idea to rely on those 10 to 20 footers, but they've got players with the talent to knock those down consistently.
Warriors leading by 11. Young outside. Kicks it to Iguodala. And the wide open shot from Green. And again, no good by Golden State. The Timberwolves shooting around 41% on the night. There's the feed to Muhammad. No good from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And here's Iguodala outside, and the Warriors miss again. Timberwolves trail by 11. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Jones for 3. Here's the great one. Pass to Muhammad. Dishes it to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Warriors have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here is Livingston. And Young kicks to Iguodala. Green, the screen. The 3. The shot comes out, and Minnesota will come the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round 1.
Yeah, and they play in the same conference. Not a rivalry per se, but familiar enough to cause some tricky problems for one another.
Towns, no luck.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
Screen by Young. Green kicks to Young. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Iguodala. Got a piece of it. Now here's Muhammad. He's covered by Livingston. Towns sets the pick for Muhammad. And Chris, you were the #1 overall draft pick back in 1993. We've seen a lot of greats taken with that pick, but it also seems that those #1 picks who aren't as successful face a lot of pressure, a lot of criticism. There's a lot on your plate to handle. Can you talk about that for us?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for some players being the #1 pick. But I've always laughed and I've thought about, players that maybe people say maybe they were a bust, maybe this player wasn't good. Well, I think you should go back and look at the GM that picked them. I mean, the GM is the guy that assesses talent, So when there were a few players that were picked #1, and many players said, "What are you doing? We played against him. We would never pick him #1." So before that, I think the NBA is about opportunity and situation. Look at a guy like Chauncey Billups. He went to
Changes here for the Timberwolves, and the first half comes to a...
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Draymond Green. Draymond, big front court on the other team. Was the game plan to make them adjust to you?
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Karl Anthony Towns and the Warriors with some changes. JaVale McGee comes in for Zaza Pachulia. And it's Iguodala in for Durant. The Great Ones checked in for Minnesota. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Towns is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's the Great One. And it's T in at the point guard position.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Towns, the screen. T dishes to Towns. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Warriors leading by 3. Curry passes to Green. Back to Curry for 3. It's rebounded by Towns.
He hasn't been the same in his second half shooting from the perimeter after an impressive first half.
Quick shot there, and it's off target.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
There's the dish to McGee. Thompson outside. Green, the screen. In the corner, Iguodala with it. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's the Great One for the tie. Tries again. And Wiggins with the layup. Wiggins has got 6 points in the quarter.
Love the grit on the offensive glass. Those are just epic points.
Teague against Curry. Feeds it to Thompson. Takes the 13-footer. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight. And here is Teague. He's got 9. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Karl Anthony Towns.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Curry kicks to Iguodala. There's the pass to Thompson. Pass to McGee. Lays it up off the glass.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Timberwolves trail by 3. T kicks to Butler. There's the pick. Towns, high post. And again, it's Minnesota converting. And Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
Teague, the pass to the great one. For the lead, Karl Anthony Towns again. Towns has got 15 points here in the second half. Golden State's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Thompson outside, passes to Green. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Teague drives in. Green with the block.
And good anticipation by Draymond. I mean, he always gets in position for these clean swats like this one.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Thompson dishes to Green. McGee a screen. Green kicks to Iguodala. And again, no good by Golden State. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 12-4 run. Outside Butler. There's the screen. Towns the screen. Shot clock at 6. Towns. It's good on the putback. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
And not hard to see why they're on the bad end of this run. Just not doing the job on that defensive backboard.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Curry kicks to Iguodala. He dishes it to McGee. Shoots over Towns. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip and he throws a shot off.
Well, they're passing to Towns. T dishes to Towns. It's stolen by Green. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Outside Curry. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by the Great One. The Great One's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And guys, what stands out to me the most of DJ's whole journey here to the NBA is that he was discovered in a street ball competition. I don't know what kind of show he put on, but apparently it was enough to get a camp invite.
Releases from 15. Here's Towns. Drops in the layup for 2. Towns has got 35.
And this has been an outstanding display on the board, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game. Doing the dirty work down low.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Thompson. Guarded closer. McGee a screen. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Curry, good.
Well, that's what you have to love. Using that screen to create space. Just another thing Curry does really well.
The third quarter comes to a close. Minnesota on top as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-7 run. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Everybody get on the glass now. Everybody help.
And thanks for joining us again. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game winner.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Altman, This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Yo, I kind of feel like Bill Murray in that one movie. What's it called again?
Caddyshack?
Nah, that's not it.
Rushmore.
No, that's not it, Coach.
Ghostbusters.
Y'all not letting me explain, man. It's that movie where he lives the same day over and over again, and it kind of feels like this road trip. Like every day is the same. I just
Like
can't.
in Ghostbusters.
Oh, Groundhog's Day.
Yes.
Well, why didn't you just say that?
Man, I was trying to think of
You
it.
talking about Rushmore and Ghostbusters?
Who is Bill Murray?
The dude from Space Jam.
Which was a good movie, by the way.
No, that was Billy Crystal.
No, that's Deuce Bigler.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Say hello to the folks.
Hey, hello to the folks.
Hey, Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hey to the folks.
Hey, what up, folks?
The NBA's really rolling along at this point. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. We'll be checking out Eric Bledsoe in this one. Bledsoe, undersized, even for a point guard, but despite that, gets to the rim a lot, can attack a defense. How's he do it, Shaq?
What?
Promo squared away? Charlie.
Yep, I got him right here.
You know, I want new hashtags. I am not feeling those. Anything else?
Oh, rookie.
DJ! A word.
What's going on?
You excited for the game?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Great. So, I have a semi-weird question for you. How many cell phones do you have?
Hannah, don't you think that's a little personal?
No, you're representing the team
Yeah,
now.
but where do you
Look,
draw
there
the
are
line?
going to be
I feel
people
like...
on the road that don't have your best
Okay, I
interests.
get
Shandy,
it.
how many burners you got?
Oh, this the talk? They grow up so fast, don't they? Well, let's see. I got 3. There's team and business, friends and family, and the back.
Listen, I don't want to cut off Bruce Wayne right here, but do you really think it's wise for me to follow in the footsteps of somebody who's had more social media mishaps than playoff appearances?
No, not since he's been here, because we're proactive. Okay, look, everybody waits for stuff to happen, but a bunch of 20-something millionaires on the road, it does. And then you try to put that fire out with a line he was hacked. Look.
It's the worst line in the business. Everybody tries to sell it. Nobody buys it.
Yeah, we don't, okay? Stakes are higher here. Nature of the biz.
Hey, Hannah. Well, look, if I lose my phone, I'll borrow my man Shams. You know what I'm saying? His back phone.
What? No way, bro. Keep drinking.
Come on, let me see the back.
No.
Can I hold it?
No.
Can I just scroll through
No.
the back?
Never let it rise away. No.
Never let it rise away. No. Fuck a bitch, just rise away. $10 million gotta hide the thing. OCD.
Devin Booker. Everybody keeps telling me study D books. What's up, baby?
Rook, what's up with you, man?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Good, man, good. You have any advice for me being in the league?
Man, first year, just take your time with everything, man. Just trust the process for yourself.
All right, for sure, man, for sure. Well, we got to kick it.
Man, we can.
You know,
us
young bucks, we got to stay together.
Let's do it, man.
All right, for sure. Have a good game, man.
You too, bro.
All right.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up, and let's go.
Well, guys, we know that DJ is a nickname for the rookie, but here's some background on how he got that name. He was initially going to follow his dream of being a DJ instead of pursuing basketball. He is still very much involved in music, and he's indicated it's a passion he'll...
Yeah, and music and the NBA go hand in hand. So it's not a surprise to see a player like DJ who is enamored with both.
Maybe too soon to start talking about this, Doris, but we see some young teams getting blown out. Clearly they're in rebuild mode. At what point do you start to focus on player development versus winning games?
You know, this is such a tough organization.
The Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jang, he's checked in for Gibson. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Wiggins. The Great Ones checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. So on the floor for Minnesota, down low, it's Jang and Towns. Jones is out there with the Great One, and it's Muhammad in at the small forward position. Outside, Jones. Towns, the screen. Right side, Jones. Pocket 6. Stolen by Warren. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Warren with the ball. And yes, it's good.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. And he gets it to go.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Knight kicks to Warren. Suns moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Here's Knight. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, that play is so much about his reach and determination affecting the game defensively.
Here's Jang. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. 11 feet away, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's Minnesota going into the break with a 10-point. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Down low, it's Jang and Towns. Bring one out there with Jones, and it's Muhammad in at the 3.
Well, leaving no doubt on that one, the explosiveness of Cat.
There's a good screen. Floats one up, and with that shot, the Minnesota leads it down to just 10 points with the bucket from Ulis.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Jones kicks to Zhang. Towns sets the pick for Muhammad. It's deflected. Moves back up and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. T.J. Warren picks one up.
Well, that's beautiful use of a pump fake. Muhammad gets him to bite on it.
The Timberwolves gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Of course, one strength that the Suns have is the length of their front court.
Right, Josh Jackson, the rookie, leads the way in that regard. But remember, Marquise Chris and Dragan Bender also with great length in the front court. And as these guys develop, they can pose a lot of matchup problems for opponents.
Wells, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Greg, you look at Brand tonight, and you figure that he would be perfect in the role of a 6th man off the bench.
You know, I think you hit it right on the head. I think he does fit that mold because of the ability to play both guard positions and also as a score facilitator. It's just never easy to learn the nuance of that role right off the bat. Adjusting to it is one reason I think he struggled so much last year.
Dudley with a screen on Jones. There's Ulis. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Ulis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, ran his man right into the pick and got the open look. Basketball 101.
Towns sets the pick for Jones. Dishes it to Towns. For the basket, it's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Suns.
And they've got really good balance here. I mean, the 3-ball hadn't been the strongest weapon today for them, but I'd say keep the dose just about the same. Don't change the recipe. When you've got that open shot, you got to take it.
Outside Williams. 6 to shoot. Here's Warren. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Warren's got 6. Minnesota leading by 8. Outside, Jones. Towns the screen. And the pass to the great. Shoots the 3. Kept alive. Minnesota shoots over Dudley. Goes up again. Minnesota calls timeout and going against Phoenix, their first meeting of the season.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
Doris, you were born in New York, became the first female analyst to ever call a Knicks game. Talk about the emotions that night, having traveled that incredible journey.
You know, Kev, it was both magical and nerve-wracking. You know, I grew up a Knicks fan when there was a healthy Bernard King, and the league had absolutely nothing for him when he was doing work on the low post. QB Brown was an idol of mine, but it was also nerve-wracking to be the first woman to sit in Clyde Frazier's seat. It was sort of awe-inspiring and a ton of fun.
Now here's Knight. Defense is right there. Wells with the steal.
And from what I've seen and heard, Shanny Wells has gone out of his way to take DJ under his wing in the NBA. Not sure if that's the guy you want as a veteran leader, but he and DJ seem to be on the same page.
Knight with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Ulis dishes to Warren. 6 on the shot clock. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And you look at the numbers that T.J. Warren has put up over his career. Finds a way to improve every single season. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns.
Thanks
for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational. Phoenix making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for Chris. Warren comes in for Jackson. And Tyler Ulis subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Timberwolves also changing it up. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Gibson. The great one comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Jones subbed in for Jeff T. Ulis and Booker, the 2 former Wildcats of the backcourt. Alex Len out there with Williams. And it's Warren in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Len with a screen on Chang. On the shot by Warren, no good. Outside, Jones. Out to the wing. Here's the great one. They get it back. Here's Chang. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Chang's got 8 points.
Yeah, you can't afford to let Gorgie Chang float around on the offensive glass. He's going to find a way to hurt you.
Williams kicks to Ulis. Len against Chang. Warren, good.
Well, what a great setup by Alex Len, developing such a good feel for the game.
The feed to Chang. Screen by Jones. The great one passes to Towns. Taken away by Williams. Now, here's Ulis, defended by Jones.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Now, here's Ulis. He has 6. Glenn, a screen. Got a piece of it. Now Jones shoots over Ulis from 13 feet. It goes down. Jones has got the lead up to 14 now for the Timberwolves. And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Here's Booker. Phoenix no good that time either.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
On the wing, Jones. Outside Butler. Traps in the tray. 9 points in the game so far.
Boy, great rhythm on the jumper. Every year, Butler gains more and more confidence in that catch-and-shoot game.
Ulis dishes to Warren. Glenn, a screen. Kicks it out to Booker. But they'll get another chance. Second chance shot. It's good. Booker's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Now, teams are playing him to set up behind the arc, but Booker can just as easily beat you from the mid-range.
Feeds it to Towns. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's the great one. Timberwolves passing it around. Chang, a screen. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Jones. Misses off the right eye. Suns trail by 15.
Well, you think about Tom Thibodeau as the architect of so many great defensive teams. For Minnesota, it took some time on the defensive end, but he feels like this team is starting to turn a corner on that end.
Butler kicks to Jones. For three, it's Butler that time on the assist by Jones. Jones has got his 7th assist here tonight.
Boy, just tremendous confidence from distance. Jimmy Butler doing his part to stretch the defense.
And the Suns call time here. And for Thibodeau, you simply can't play. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This one would...
They sure did. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Owens, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long.
Yo, check it out.
Hey, Boo-Boo, what are you looking for? I was looking for them boys' pride. That's the way y'all took it tonight. I know they need it.
You a fool, Boo-Boo.
Okay, listen, my hip. Look, old sports injury. Look, we're going to stick to handshakes for now, okay?
Come on, old man, get in the gym.
Old man, nothing. Boo-Boo didn't play sports tonight.
Not bad, old dude. I don't know. Hit.
You look exhausted. You look exhausted. I am exhausted. Me too. Go to bed. You go to bed. I will. I will too.
Hey, sweet, the pizza's here. How much we owe you?
Charlie and his stat kid and whoever you are, what are you guys doing in my house?
Hey, Mr. Pizza Man, how much we owe you for the pizza?
Why are you asking me about
That's
pizza,
repetition, man. That's repetition. Yo, you're looking at my new improv team, Fresh Lettuce. You know what I'm saying?
B, since when do you do improv?
Yo, it keeps the intelligence sharp and makes you quick on your feet. You know what I'm saying? Twinkle toes, pop,
Hey,
pop,
hey,
pop,
God,
pop,
just
pop,
stop
pop.
it.
You know what I'm saying? I saw your agent Brian on the phone the other day. His comebacks was so quick. You know what I'm saying? I had to do this.
It's like live action problem solving. That's why I love it.
And it's good for networking, too. To meet people.
Look, B, I'm really happy for you. I just have one small question. Why y'all gotta do improv at my place?
Yo, what else is we gonna do it, man? Come on now.
The last place we practiced in was a broom closet in a church basement. This is way better.
We playing questions only. All your responses gotta be in the form of a question. You down to play?
So it's like Jeopardy.
Yo, I thought you hated that game.
Did I ever tell you I was on Jeopardy once?
What makes you think I hate it?
Yo, did you win? Do you really want to hear this story?
Can I talk to you for a minute?
You mean privately?
Why'd you tell me you were having people over?
What do you mean?
Stop playing the game, B.
Okay, man. The other team had the practice space tonight. We just needed a place to meet. You feel me?
Wait, are you still playing?
What?
Look, just next time, give me some notice, all right? It's one of my rules.
All right.
Be fresh. Be better or be homeless.
Threatening me? Hey, Fresh Lettuce. That's a regularly scheduled program.